What's up, world, and welcome back to Beard Bites, life-size issues with bite-sized breakdowns. Hey, if you're tuning in today, do me a quick favor, go ahead and click on that subscribe button, share this video with one friend, give it a thumbs up, it is appreciated. Alright, so we're just going to jump right back in here, picking up on part number 2 of our series, taking a look at Agenda 2030 and globalization. So the last part that we were on was still under the vision portion, which is number 7 on the decrees. In these goals and targets, we are setting out supremely ambitious and transformational vision. Okay, so they're definitely going for broke, as it may seem. Number 10, this one stood out. The new agenda is guided by the purposes and principles of the Charter of the United Nations. So for me, that would tell me that the UN is guiding everything by their purposes, their principles. They're running the show on this, is what it tells me. Now, if we look into the next decree, part of number 11, we reaffirm the outcomes of all major UN conferences and summits, which have laid a solid foundation for sustainable development and have helped shape the new agenda. So them just reaffirming all the outcomes of the conferences and summits that they have had. Basically, they're saying, hey, everything that we are planning, working on is coming through. To me, that's what that says. Now, if we jump down to number 17, in its scope, however, the framework we are announcing today goes far beyond the MDGs, which are the Millennial Development Goals. So again, they're telling you that it's going beyond what is kind of listed. And I think a lot of that plays into, even when you look at the website, you can even find it if you put transforming our world. That is exactly how I found the UN site for 2030. So again, they're telling you that it goes far beyond that. So again, it's kind of that heads up, or perhaps hidden in plain sight, if you will. Next one, part of 17 as well. It also crucially defines means of implementation, reflecting the integrated approach that we have decided on. There are deep interconnections and many cross-cutting elements across the new goals and targets. So implementation of how they're going to do all this, that's what we're going to get into in, I think we'll get to it in this video, if not the next one. And then it's just talking about how it's, through everything, interconnections. So to me, that's going to be different world leaders, different governments, because they're guided by the principles and purposes of the UN for this agenda. Now, if we move on, go to number 18. We're announcing today 17 Sustainable Development Goals with 169 associated targets, which are integrated and indivisible. Never before have world leaders pledged common action and endeavor across such a broad and universal policy agenda. All right, so we know the world leaders are working together on this under the purposes and principles of the UN. I think there was something else in here that caught common action. Nope, I think that was all that I had on that part. Then we'll jump down to 19. We emphasize the responsibility of all states in conformity with the Charter of the United Nations. So for me, again, this is saying, hey, you're going to do this the way that we want you to. And it could be one of those things where you're going to find a way to get it done. We don't care how it gets done, but you're going to have to follow suit. Then on the next one, I'm going to jump to 21. The new goals and targets will come into effect on January 1st, 2016, and will guide the decisions we take over the next 15 years. All of us will work to implement the agenda within our own countries at the regional and global levels. So right here, they're saying that it's going to happen. Like, to me, they're saying this is going to happen. It's going to be at different levels, and of course, how they do that, legislation, policies, things like that is how they are going to get this done. All right, so I think that's going to wrap up part 2 here for us. Thank you again for tuning in to another Beard Bite. Let's keep up the good vibes. Like, comment, share, and subscribe.